Nicely done.
There are too many people to thank on this glorious evening.
The fact that we got on the air is a damn miracle.
I love you too. Thank you. But I want to thank all of you.
You got to roll with it.
And now, thank my family who's behind me. And oh my goodness, we have Mr. Justice Markman and Justice Corrigan. Two of the now 4 rule of law justices on the Supreme Court. And I especially want to thank my mom, who was a tireless defender of her son when they were throwing everything. Thank you. One other thing before I introduce Justice-elect Mary Beth Kelly, I just want to ask, did I do that? Now, the 106th Justice of the Supreme Court, Mary Beth Kelly, formerly of the Wayne Circuit Court, a brilliant judge, a brilliant lawyer, and now your next Justice of the Supreme Court, Mary Beth Kelly.
One question, a simple question: what do you want in a justice? And that question was intended to remind you that our Constitution empowers you, the citizens of Michigan, to elect your justices to the Supreme Court. That question was intended to remind you that justices of our Supreme Court should have a deep allegiance to the Constitution. That allegiance to our Constitution should not be political. It should not be self-serving. It should be rooted in the principles that our founding fathers fought for and embodied in the Constitution. A justice should also believe in the rule of law. A justice should take the laws that our legislature enacts and should apply them in a straightforward manner, without gamesmanship, without manipulation. A justice should embody principles of civility, and a justice should stand for the rule of law and stand for the Constitution. I believe in these principles, and that's the kind of justice that I will be. I want to thank the citizens of Michigan, not just for electing me, but for bringing out in this campaign all of the energy and all of the spirit and all of the fervor that made our state great and that will make our state great again. Our court is going to be great, our judiciary is going to be great, and I'm so, so honored to serve you on our Supreme Court. Thank you. My son Jackson, my biggest fan. My husband Kevin Kelly. My mother Patricia Hughes, and all the rest of my family, which is here as well. Thank you.
Of historical proportions in Michigan, because we're doing it together. And I gotta tell you something, let's give Rick the warmest warmest welcome we can right now, and that is it is Rick's time. Go Rick! Go Rick! Snyder Kelly, that's what we're doing here. We're supporting a team that's going to change Michigan like you can't believe. And you know something? We have the two best candidates, and I'll tell you, we are so excited about it. There's people on the next couple of floors up. There's people on the 22nd floor. They're all over the place. This is an unbelievable night. Amen is right. We are all together. Rick Snyder, number one. Number one. So with that, I just want to say thank you very much for all of you being here. It's a pleasure to be here with you. And we are going to give Rick the biggest welcome when he comes to this stage, which I got a funny feeling is going to be sooner than later. Raise your hand if you think it's going to be sooner than later. I agree. All right, we're going to welcome him.
Fan Big Stretcher, who really was involved with some of the startup companies that Rick Snyder successfully launched. That kind of innovation and that kind of vision that we need here in Michigan, desperately need. And I think Big Stretcher can tell you a little bit about our great team. Let's give it a round of applause.
About 12 years ago, a guy named Rick Snyder came into my laboratory at the University of Michigan, where I run a lab that focuses on preventing illness and keeping people from hospitals and reducing healthcare costs. And we were supposed to just have a 1-hour meeting. He's coming in to learn more about the lab and what we did, the science behind it. We had other people come and go, who were interested in potentially, the business aspects of this, but they weren't really interested in the business. Rick came in and a 1-hour meeting turned into a 4-hour meeting. It's the honest truth. I'd never met him before. We had a lot of whiteboards around our laboratory. All of them became filled up after 4 hours. We literally wrote out a business plan. And we literally shook hands on a deal to set up a company called Health Media. Health Media was set up along between Rick and I. We were the two founders. And I remember we had a beer afterwards. He took me out for a beer and he said, there are 3 things I want you to do in this business. First thing, we have to become financially sound. That makes perfect sense. Financial soundness. The second is we got to do good things. We need to prevent illness and do good things. And if we're focused on doing good things, not just making money, but doing good things will happen, including making money. But all of those things happen when you're focused on the end of trying to help people, and that's what we wanted to do. So the first thing was financial soundness, the second was doing good things, and the third, have fun. And you know what? When he started talking about that, lately when he said that he was, thinking about running for governor more than a year ago, I thought those are the things that you should do now. You can make Michigan more financially sound. You'll do good things, Rick. And you know what? We're all going to have a lot of fun doing this too. I want to dispel one myth. I know Rick fairly well, and this is just between you and I. Rick is not a nerd. I'm sorry. Rick's probably pissed off at me for saying that, but you know what? He's not a nerd. This guy is warm. He's a sensitive, super caring person. He's one of the most amazing people I've ever met. Everybody talks about how smart he is. Given, I know that. He's an incredibly smart person. He's incredibly technologically sophisticated. He knows how to bring together a business. He's got the fire in the belly. When we're setting up our business, it's in prevention. No one thought we would do well at all. Nobody, except Rick and I. And we kept moving this forward. We brought in the right people to run the business. 2 years ago, we sold the business to Johnson & Johnson. We wanted the business to stay in Michigan, and it stayed in Michigan. So we have built more and more jobs here. We're now moving more jobs, Johnson & Johnson jobs, into Michigan, and that's what we're concerned about. So Rick has always done that. He's always focused on that. I want to just close with one shout out, and that is